Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wind Down Friday. Today, it's a pleasure to introduce our guest. He's Joe Voyles. Hi, Joe. How are you?
I'm doing well, and thank you for having me.
Thanks a lot for the opportunity to have you in this Wind Down Friday. So, where are you located, Joe?
I'm located in Southern California and literally very close to the coast. So, in between San Diego and Los Angeles is where I'm located.
Nice weather, I guess.
The weather's fantastic, probably best in the world. Very nice climate, very close to the beach, and there's a lot to do in California for sure.
Good. So, tell us about you, Joe. So, tell me your background. What are you doing?
Yeah, I started my career at Emerson Electric in St. Louis. I'm actually originally from Southern Illinois. And, starting my career at Emerson, I was a power supply design engineer. So Emerson was a great place to really start a career, big company, a very good mentoring process. And one of the things that I was able to do, while I was with Emerson is really get involved with some executive um, management experience. And one of the things that Emerson wanted to do really is to take a lot of their engineering
Mm-hmm.
people that were interested in a business. And I was able to be part of an executive MBA program that was sponsored by Emerson. And it was really to get a technical and commercial mix that they wanted to bring into the company. So not only just focus in on technology, but how do you bring technology to market? And that was a big part of my experience at Emerson as I was, really kind of going from a very deep technical design background and taking that technology to market. And that was a part of the process that Emerson brought to a lot of people, not only myself, but what the experiences that they gave and opportunities that they brought to a lot of the engineers at Emerson at that time.
Great. So you have the bachelor in engineering field, and then you have a master in business. Okay, business field. So
Right.
a lot of I mean engineers usually know for sure the technical aspects. Maybe missing in some business aspect. It's not easy to combine engineering and business aspect. Which differences you notice during these two types of university, from electronics subjects to economics, I mean, subjects?
Yeah, I think it's a mix that is very common today, to be honest. I really see a lot of engineers going down the business path. And one of
Mhm.
the things I think definitely from a technical field is that our customers are very technical and they're looking for us to put together a very strong value proposition for them.
Yeah.
And literally, I think the mix between both engineering and the business side of it is when you get to the business side, it's very analytical, and you really have to break it down to what is the value proposition, what is the return on the investment, and really that's what customers are looking for. Is not only do they want a solid technical solution, but they need to be able to justify why they're using it, and really a good return on their investment with the values that we bring. So I think that's a good mix, is to have that technical and business piece. And I do find it to be very common in the industry today as I look at people we're interviewing. A lot of people have that technical and business background. So I don't think it's very unique today.
Good. So not only business, Joe, which are your hobbies? Tell us more.
Breaking outside the business, from coming from the Midwest, I love the outdoors, and I keep my hobbies pretty simple. I love walking and hiking, and I try to get out, a couple times throughout the week. And when I'm really, football season would be one of my passions, so when football season, and I'm talking American football, not soccer, but I love watching college football and I love watching professional football. So those are my hobbies that I like to do. Some therapy outside of work is to get that the walking and hiking and really enjoy watching the football on the television.
So, which is your favorite team for American football?
For American football, because I love football so much, I follow a lot of different teams.
Mhm.
So if I had to pick one team, it'd have to be the Los Angeles Rams. And that's kind of hometown. And they've just been fun to watch recently with bringing all that talent in. And it was great to see them, win the Super Bowl. So if you're pinning me down to one, I'll have to say the LA Rams.
So, just come back in technology. I would like to have your comment in terms of climate change. I mean, but not only, also related topics to climate change. So, as you know, I mean, climate change is one of the biggest issues of our generation. Tackling climate change has been brought to the top of the world's agenda. I hope that will continue to stay on the top. And we are seeing companies, but also individuals, take real steps towards climate change, but not only renewable energies and so on. So the time has come to replace fossil fuels with carbon neutral energy generated by solar, renewable sources, and so on. Moreover, we know that, 80% of CO2 emissions come from our fossil fuels-based energy consumption. More alarming, a lot of energy is wasted. So we should ensure, that the energy that we have is used efficiently with the help of, digital electronic solutions, power, and so on. So to save emission. So in this moment, efficiency is the watchword in several markets, in particular industrial market, where we can see a lot of applications. So energy saving. So among these topics that I said, so tell me which your thought. What do you think about climate change, energy saving, also in particular for industrial market?
Yeah, those are definitely some very good topics. And advanced energy, these are things that we talk about literally daily. If I kind of break it down into climate change, for example, and what we're doing around indoor farming, and not only reducing the carbon footprint, but reducing the amount of water that's being used to grow crops. So, we've developed an architecture for indoor farming that basically is very different. It's
Mhm.
unique, and the way it saves on energy is that our solution basically provides less heat inside the indoor grow, and by providing less heat, they're able to reduce the amount of air conditioning that goes into the indoor farm. By doing indoor farming by itself,
Mhm.
you can basically save on water, because you need less water to grow those plants than you do in outdoor farming. And the indoor crops are really leafy greens, tomatoes, berries. These are some of the areas that we're focusing in on to not only save on the energy piece with very high efficient power conversion efficiencies, and then architecturally having a power architecture that is outside the grow area to reduce that. And if I look at just the whole EV market, the electric vehicle market is
Yeah.
exploding. And one of the areas that we're looking at is how can we get involved with the lithium ion manufacturing and characterization and testing of those batteries, where we can do it more efficiently in a timely manner. And those are some of the areas that we want to participate in on the manufacturing of those batteries and bringing some key technologies to those areas. that are very focused in on industrial. And it's really taking what we've learned over 4 decades in data center, which is really, those are big amount of data centers that require a tremendous amount of energy, that we're really improving, the power conversion efficiencies to use less energy. And we're taking what we learned in that data center into some of these industrial applications that I talked about.
So you mentioned electric vehicle. Do you have an electric car?
I have a hybrid. I don't have an electric vehicle. It's hard to get one right now. But my plans are to move to a full electric vehicle once they become available.
Yeah, this is also my plan. I have a plug-in hybrid. I guess that in the next 3-4 years, maybe we can move. So my plan in my dream vehicle, yes, in the next years. So Joe, just my last one. We are in conclusion. So weekend is coming. So tell us your next project, next holiday, maybe next book. So which reading do you prefer? But in particular, which wine?
Perfect. So this weekend is going to be a work on the yard weekend. And I think I enjoy that because it's good therapy to not think. And while working in the yard, it gives me the chance to get some physical activity and really kind of unwind a little bit. So that's my project for the weekend. For the holidays, with both my boys are in college, and as they come home for the summer, we're going to do a stay vacation. There's a lot to do around California. So our plans are not to travel, but to stay here locally and have fun together as a family, which would be great to see my boys, as they're coming home from school. From a reading standpoint, one of the books that I'd like to read, and it's on my list, is really kind of looking at books that are titled like Overthinking. You know what I mean? So not overthink things, and how can I really look to kind of declutter my mind, you know what I mean, to get more focus on some of the areas. And then when I do drink wine, my go-to wine is going to be a Silver Oak Cabernet.
Great. Thank you, Joe. It's been a pleasure to talk with you. Have a nice weekend. See you
You
next.
too. I enjoyed it. Take care.